Is your room design about 90% there, but something still feels like it's missing? Maybe it just feels like it's off? Maybe it's the window treatments. Hey friends, welcome back. I'm Lindsay, an interior design stylist and teacher, here to help you create the home of your dreams on a budget. In today's video, we're gonna talk about tricks of the trade and designer secrets for using window treatments to dramatically change any space. Doesn't matter if you just moved into your dream home or you're renting your first little shoebox hole in the wall, I promise adding window treatments is something that's both renter friendly and makes your home feel unique and cozy. I'm so excited to be partnering with Umbra today. I'll be talking about them more later in the video. I can't wait to show you how I've transformed so many rooms in our home with Umbra's fantastic curtain rods. Let's get into it. My first two tips are probably the most important, and that's a little bit about how and where to hang your curtain rods. This can dramatically change the visuals of a space. Let me prove it to you. First, let's take a look at what not to do, courtesy of my living room. My fiance and I just bought our first home, and I'm very excitedly designing my way through all of the spaces. Our 1952 ranch style home has a huge picture window in the living room, all the things my dreams are made of and more. And although we do have this window open most of the time, when we first moved in, we just had to get some curtains up there for privacy. We ended up using the existing rods that the previous owner left behind, and let's just say this kind of makes all the mistakes that I'm hoping to help you avoid. The first one is this curtain rod is hung way, way, way too low. It makes the room feel sort of squat and short. We already don't have the highest of ceilings. We're very happy and comfortable here, but we can make the room look bigger and taller if we hang the curtain rods higher. So that's gonna be the first tip. Hang your curtain rods as high as you can, like 2 to 3 inches from the ceiling. I personally, after a lot of trial and error, have found that if you have no crown molding, 3 inches from the ceiling is the magic number. And if you do have crown molding, 1 to 2 inches off of the crown molding is perfect. The next problem with this curtain rod, as it is right now, is it's hung way too narrow. It is really making this window shrink, and there's all this space around it. It doesn't quite feel right. The curtain rod is hung literally the same width of the window, which, you know, I guess works, but one thing I find is even a little bit of a draft and you can see light on the sides of the window treatment. It's very strange. It doesn't feel completely covered, and that's as far as you can pull it. It's, again, such a simple mistake and so easy to fix. You don't have to just be held in by the dimensions of a window. Try going wider than that window. One thing that I like to do before I source my curtain rods is I decide, do I have enough space on either side of the window to hang any art? Would I like to hang art in either of those spaces? If not, then it's a great idea to hang your curtain rod a bit wider than the window. Once you've decided how wide you want your curtains to hang, now the fun part, it's time to source the most important thing here, the curtain rods. The curtain rods are the foundation of anything that you're going to put up. You definitely want something that is sturdy, secure, but also affordable. Hey, we're working on a budget here, and I'm very excited to be working with Umbra in today's video. They generously sent several different curtain rods that I selected for different rooms in our home, and I am so excited to be leveling up in this way. Umbra is one of my favorite home decor companies. I've been using products from their lines for many, many years. They have some of the best curtain rods out there on the market today. They're gorgeous, stylish, and sturdy. They have a variety of different metal finishes, finials styles, lengths for any window, and I easily found something for every room in our home. Umbra is such a fantastic company. Their packaging is phenomenal. I'm so tired of ordering products from different home decor retailers and drowning in styrofoam and excess packaging materials. Umbra sends all of their products so beautifully packaged in almost exclusively cardboard. Everything arrived perfectly without a scratch. Although there were a couple of plastic bags that needed to be thrown away, it honestly was some of the best packaging I've seen in a long time. I just had to mention that. I have vivid memories of using some of their things in my very first apartment, and their stuff lasts forever. It's the best. The first thing to think about when looking for different pieces on the Umbra website, for me at least, was metal color. Everybody feels some type of way about metal color these days. I know trends are changing constantly, so let me know down in the comments, what's your metal color of choice right now? In our home, we're sticking mostly with a matte black and brass combination, design. So right away I knew to contrast against our lightly colored walls, a matte black rod would look perfect in most rooms in our home. When selecting metal finish for your curtain rods, consider contrast. Remember that a darker color usually provides a lot of contrast against white or light colored walls. Conversely, if you have darker, bolder walls, you're gonna get that contrast from a lighter finish. I wanted to go with a timeless style throughout most of our homes, so I went with the Umbra Kappa series. The single rod was perfect for our dining room, and we're using the double rod style in our living room to add shears for a little bit more privacy and light, a little bit more options for opening and closing. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. I can't wait. Once you figured out your metal color, it's time to think about finials, and Umbra's got some great options. They've got some with different porcelain or marble detailing and some different combination finishes. It's so much fun to think about all the options. I knew that I wanted to go with this sort of timeless Kappa in most of the home in black, but when I was thinking about the home office, it's a little bit more of my design playground, as we've been referring to it. I love to change things up in here and just play, choosing a fun finial. This was the room to do it in. I was really excited to find the Circo style. It is kind of a little bit Art Nouveau. I don't know, something about it just feels a little bit Art Deco. It's just kind of fun. Circo is aptly named. It's got these little circles on the ends of the finials. There's also a little brass ring detailing and a marble section that looks kind of cool. I just like how it's a little bit different than the other areas of our home and just having a little bit more fun with finials. Yet they're still simple enough to hopefully not get tired of. In our home office, to accommodate for a bit wider finial, I ended up hanging the curtain rod brackets 7 inches from the walls on either side. And in the dining room, since the Kappa had a much smaller finial, I ended up hanging those only 5 inches from the walls on either side. Remember, you can have fun with finials. They're easy to unscrew, and if you ever want to change them out, you can just order another type. The screw size on finials is generally pretty standard, but you can always measure them at your local hardware store to make sure the new finials that you're sourcing will fit your existing curtain rods. That can save you a lot of money and time with hanging new hardware. Although I'm repurposing some curtains from our previous home, I'm also in the process of waiting on some orders of new curtains. If you guys want to know more about that, the hemming process, which is going to be quite extensive, let me know down in the comments if that's another video you'd like to see. One last thing you'll have to consider when sourcing curtain rods, especially from Umbra, is if you want a single or double rod situation. We're going with a single rod in most areas of our home. That's pretty much standard for what you're gonna see in most rooms, most designs. However, sometimes a double rod can really be awesome. I'm trying a double rod in our living room. It's a huge picture window, as I mentioned, in the front of our house, and it's kind of nice to have a little bit more privacy options. When you can just pull the shears, you can let in light, but also kind of dull the eyes view, give yourself a little privacy on a Saturday morning. Now that you've selected the perfect curtain rods, tried something fun and interesting, or timeless and classic, it's time to select some curtains that you won't get sick of. To each their own with curtain styles. I personally am always going to make the recommendation for light and bright white curtains. No matter what your wall color, they're a classic. They'll never go out of style, and they'll let in the most light. I also love to use warm tone neutrals, but that's probably more because it fits my personal design style. If gray or a bold color works better in your home, go with it. Get creative. It's your home. Just keep in mind that bold prints usually get boring after a while. They have a tendency sometimes to look like a shower curtain. So just, be wary when selecting a really bold print with a fabric choice. That said, I've seen some very bold curtains in Grand Millennial homes recently that are stunning. So march to the beat of your own curtain drummer. There are so many different styles of curtain out there, different materials you can use for fantastic window treatments. One of my favorite materials is linen, but sometimes it can be a little expensive. I found this Lanatime curtain. I actually found this one as a tip from Arvin Alano. It's a faux linen. It looks so realistic, you guys. I ordered the light brown color, 96 inch. They are absolutely stunning. These are pinch pleat curtains, which I highly recommend if you want them to look really custom and designer, even on a budget. So affordable. And my favorite thing, they come in sets of 2. You'll notice a lot of brands will sell only 1 panel in a package or only 1 with, and this company makes so many different options, a lot of different colors, and can really elevate and soften a space. It's amazing how the light brown color perfectly matches or coordinates with the wall color. This one's Balboa Mist by Benjamin Moore in the matte finish, and it is so soft in here. The curtains added just a little bit more texture and softness. Oh my gosh, I could cry, you guys. I just love this transformation so much. Pump up the luxury in your space by doubling or even tripling the width of the window to come up with the width of the fabric panels you'll need. That way they'll look full when they're open or closed. It just creates a much more elevated look. These panels, I believe, are 52 inches wide. I ended up going with 100-inch wide panels for our living room so that we can cover the entire window with just 2 panels. They do use double the fabric for the width of the panel, so it looks really nice and full even when they're closed. It will make your home look expensive and luxurious, even if you found budget-friendly curtains like I did. Another way to make your window treatments look even more luxurious and expensive is by adding curtain rings. You can use the clip style or the hook style. I personally right now prefer the hook style. They're a little bit more subtle and they usually kind of connect to a hook on the inside of your curtain, so that it's very seamless. You'll notice that I use curtain rings in our home office. It just feels a little bit more classic, traditional, maybe a little bit Parisian leaning, because you guys know I love that. Just elevates the space. All right, it's finally time for the haul of before and afters. Let's take a look at some of the dramatic changes these Umbra curtain rods added to our home. Roll the reveal footage in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed taking a look at the dramatic transformations that curtain rods and drapery can make in any space. I hope you leave feeling inspired to try something new in your home, whether it's drapery or something else. I want to inspire you to be your own designer, baby, because you got this. Like and subscribe for more interior design and home decor tips. Next week, I am going to be sharing the big reveal. It's our home office. It is done. I am thrilled. I have no words and I can't wait to share it with you. I also have a little series of styling videos and some more design diary episodes coming up soon, so make sure you hit that little bell notification so you don't miss a single upload. Until then, you might enjoy one of my recent videos, how to add artwork to your home. This is another fantastic way to completely change a space. I'll also link my video on how to paint like a designer. This video is packed with all my best tips for painting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my friends. Gotta hydrate, must hydrate.